Hey, it's Wanda. These next few years are going to be full of massive upheaval and change on the planet. When I log into YouTube, because I don't watch the news and haven't for a lot of years, everything is there. Blue beings, the split, the this and that, and Archangel so and so says this, and predictions, earthquakes, tsunamis, you name it. And then before we even get to the news of what's happening, you came here for this. You came for this time, and every situation in your life has actually prepared you to be here right now. Just about everybody I work with is a pattern breaker. You're here to face the things that your ancestors couldn't face, whether it's generations of it's not okay to be a woman, rape, incest, poverty, persecution, you name it. You're the pattern breaker. And really, everybody's the pattern breaker, but they just don't know it. They just know that they feel fear. So when we look at what's happening in the world, we get overwhelmed. There's so much information. Thanks to the internet and technology, we have access to everything. The starvation in the Middle East, the news on a 24/7 basis. So all of that is part of the data that hits you in every second. Millions of bits of information. It's all designed right now to bring up those areas where you still feel separate. It's your welcome to being human beliefs. That's what I call them. I'm not enough. I'm not safe. Life's not safe. I'm not worthy. I'm not powerful. There's 12 of them that psychologists agree are the basic archetypes that we took on. Some of them or most of them. And until we start to realize what's happening, we build our lives on those coping mechanisms. I'm not safe. So we see the news and immediately get overwhelmed and think somebody's going to save us. But this is what I want to talk about today, because you are the one who is saving us. You are the one who is changing your life. How do we maneuver in all of this information and in all of the ways that we are being challenged to give up our fear? And you might not call it fear. I say that anxiety is the logical person's word for fear. Or we say, oh, I'm stressed. It's fear, friend. It's all fear. So what do? You have a nervous system, part of your brain that is that what I call your Neanderthal brain. It's the reptilian brain. You have a nervous system that's designed to keep you focused in your physical surroundings. It's designed to make sure that you don't step in front of a car, or if there was a woolly mammoth around the corner, it helps you remember that don't go around that corner again, because remember the last time there was a woolly mammoth. But the challenge is right now, when the world is bringing up to us all of the places where we're afraid, that we have to realize that instead of it being true, that we can say, oh, wait a minute. What is it that I'm really afraid of? Is it true? And I know if you even listen to me once in a while, I know you know this, but you're not stable in it. And that's really what we're here to do. We are here to become so stable in this presence of who we really are that nothing throws us off course. And most people aren't there. If you're listening to this, you're one of the people that is becoming stable in this. And what it normally looks like is you're stable, you get thrown out. Something happens, you're triggered, you get all nervous, and then you work through it, and then you're back into stability. Eventually, if you keep at it, you are telling your nervous system, I can experience this. I can feel this fear, and I'm okay. I believe that we are here to architect a new reality. How do we do that? Not by fixing things out there, not by moving the chairs in the room or trying to change the world of form. We do it in a different way because form is just energy outpictured. I woke up this morning hearing that again. And it's not that I don't know that already. I live and breathe it, that everything in my experience is me appearing separate, and that I get to control, or I get to determine what everything means. I get to determine if something is worthy of my attention or not. When I look at something, do I want to enliven it with my attention and with the stories that I tell about it? And that's what most people are doing. They're looking it out there because they're living form first, not energy first. They look at the form, they react, and then go into reaction mode, start worrying or start telling a story about this is bad and this is happening, or it's just a story. I'm recording this today to remind you that you are the architect of reality. And it's by realizing that you are an energy field. And part of that is your nervous system that still believes in fear, lack, and limitation, that still believes in separation, that believes it's a blob of flesh, that believes it's not safe. I just had a session with someone this morning who is experiencing a very typical fear of speaking up, because speaking up once meant if I speak up, I'll get kicked out of the tribe. So that's coming up for those of you who are the new leaders in the next 30, 40 years. But understand, everything in your life is an outpicturing of your energy, of that fear, lack, and limitation nervous system. I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not safe, life isn't safe, that believes it's powerless. And then the other part of it is the part that breathes you and lives you. It's what I call your blueprint. We all have one. It's your energetic blueprint. It's the part of you that is source and that knows it's here for a certain reason. You all have a function. And when we decide to create a different reality, hence the reality architects, what immediately comes up is who we believe we are. And this is how I teach it, identity first. Who do you believe you are? Well, look at your triggers. Do you get triggered when somebody says something? Do you take it personally? I don't anymore. It happened yesterday in a group of mine, and it's perfect because our triggers are showing us when we think we're not enough. So we get triggered. We take things personally. We give ourselves labels like star seeds and light workers, which is a good thing at first because most empaths have been made to believe that we're too sensitive, too fill in the blanks. But if you call yourself a light worker or a starseed, realize it's separation. There's the part of you that thinks you're separate, not enough, but this other part of you knows who you are, knows why you're here. It has orchestrated every experience in your life so that ultimately that blueprint is calling the shots. And this goes back to, with all this change in the world and with everything collapsing that we've learn to rely on out there, your blueprint has got to take over. You've got to come back to this realization that it's not form first. Your energy is first. So what do you do when you're being triggered? When it's just easier to blame. Look at the world. They want justice. They want to blame somebody for something because they don't want to face themselves. And I get it. But if you're listening to this, you're not like them. You're just at a different place. You're here to show the others that you can feel the fear and face your stories and know who you are. And so when we're being triggered, we remember, this is here to serve me. If I feel fear, thank you. This is to show me where I still believe I'm that little child, or where I believe I'm a blob of flesh. So we say thank you, and then we meet that fear, whether it's anxiety or doubt or confusion or whatever it is. It's all fear. It's all fear. We meet that with our breath. We take a deep breath from our hearts. We move into peace. Peace that's in your core, that is you. That, friend, is how we make it through these next few years. Your income might change, when you're worried about your family, when you're worried about whatever you're worried about. It's understanding that everything emanates from you and that your work is to stabilize to the degree that you can in that center, in that peace. Not to bypass the fear, because that's like playing whack-a-mole. It just comes up. We feel the fear. Since everything is energy and everything that we experience is a pattern of energy, let's just call out I'm not enough, because that's really what holds people back from being the big, bold person that they came here to be, right? That I'm not enough is if you could remember, everything's an energy pattern. It's a pattern of energy. And our role is to collapse these. They're distortions. My guide showed it to me years ago, like balloons. We're here to pop these balloons of untruths. So if you know it's time for you to go full out with your work and speak up, but your throat is tight and something is holding you back, drop into the feeling of fear, of I'm not enough. Put your hand on your heart, put your other hand on the place on your body where you're feeling the intense energy. Just be present with it. Drop your story. Feel the feeling. Yep, this is fear. This morning in a client session, under the I'm not enough was deep shame. So we let ourselves just feel the shame. Yep, this is my friend shame. Come on in, shame. I'm not going to make you go away. I'm just going to feel you. And I'm going to meet you. And I'm just going to hold you. And you just stay here as long as you need to stay. The feeling dissipates. And will it come back? Probably, because of how our brains work. It's neuroscience, but the feeling isn't as strong the next time. And you do the same thing. And then it just goes away and shame doesn't show up anymore. Fear, same thing. It may feel like terror. It was terror for me when I had my last dance with fear. It was bigger than fear. It was terror when So much was at stake in my life, and I did the same thing. I realized that I was scaring myself with a story around the feeling, and that's what most of us do. When we just are willing to feel the feeling, drop the story, let the feeling move through our bodies, it dissipates, and then we can tell a new story. Your blueprint takes over. Presence, pure presence takes over. And that's how we're going to get through these next few years. If it's true that we have more massive earthquakes, blackouts, tsunamis, certainly that's in the astrology, governments changing globally. So much is coming out that is so overwhelming, but it doesn't have to, because you understand that there is something in you that is broadcasting something bigger. I am. It's wholeness. It's already healed. It's the part of you that existed before there was even duality, before there was form. You existed as energy, and that's still in you. It's just clouded over by your welcome to being human survival beliefs. But when we are willing to just feel those old fear-based patterns, your blueprint takes over. You literally become the eye of the storm, and you become unflappable. And I know that there are more and more of you that are moving in and out of that. Just as I did, I'm at a place in my own life, at least to date, this may change, where I stay in that. I stay in that center. It's not that things don't happen in my life that could shape me. I just don't go there. I decide what's worthy of my attention and what's not. When we no longer give our attention to unwanted situations, they tend not to show up. This is why I mentor people who are here to create. We're here to be the new leaders of the world, and there's a lot of you. You've come for this. So if you're listening to this and reading the news, understand that any disempowered feeling that you might have isn't because something's wrong. It's because the greater part of you is saying, here's where you feel separate. Here's an old fear. Hey, here's an old story. Here's an old assumption. So that you can feel the feeling and change your assumption. Change your assumption to something like, I'm living in overflow. My life has prepared me for this very time. I'm reaping the harvest of my wisdom. I'm here to create a difference in the world, not by doing, but by being who I'm here to be. Hand on heart, breathing through any tension, not trying to make it go away, but understand that everything is here to serve you so that you can clean those lenses of who you thought you were and let your blueprint take over to tell you, go here, do this. Here's a great idea. What about this? Life gets really easy then. How do I know I live this way? We live by synchronicity. I no longer force anything. I don't do anything unless the energy to do something arises naturally, and it arises from my beingness. So many people are trying to make something happen. That's your old welcome to being human, where we said, oh, things just aren't given to me. I have to earn it. I have to make it happen. Don't. Let your energy do the work. Clear your old patterns. Let your natural blueprint take over. Move into peace and be someone who shows others what it looks like to be the new human and to be the architect of reality, not based on fear or survival, but based on this is who I am. This is why I'm here. And this is what I choose to experience in the world. And then let any action support that, support what you want to see. Stop giving what you don't want time and space in your head. Because again, form follows energy, and it's all up to you. Thanks for listening. Again, this is Wanda Vitale. I'm a certified life coach and a mystic turned practical being who would love to see you move out of fear and blossom fully into what exactly your life has called you into. You're here for a reason that only you can be on the planet.